Nice to see you all. I'm Parks Commissioner Steve Sansone, and we're here at Kinsley Park on Chase Avenue off Park Avenue to show you that every park, no matter how big or small, matters, and we've done some much-needed renovations to this park after decades of decline. This is one of the parks I grew up in playing ball, and I'm so excited to be here today. First, respect to the name. Edward Wetmore Kinsley was born in the 1800s and worked for the New York Central Railroad for 50 years, marrying Eleanor Schlobaum. His life centered around Yonkers Sports and Rec, and in 1896, the Hollywood Inn, the Mecca of Yonkers sports, was dedicated, and Mr. Kinsley gravitated to it, serving as president of the Board of Governors for 10 years and promoting its athletic programs, encouraging persons to national prominence in running, swimming, basketball, bowling, and boxing. In 1907, he founded the now famous Yonkers Marathon. In 1910, he won the famous annual 6-mile Hollywood Inn road race from Dobbs Ferry to Yonkers. He was appointed to the Yonkers Recreation Commission for 30 record-breaking years, several years as president. He also served as a chairman of the first Yonkers Youth Council. In 1945, the City Council named and dedicated this park to E. Wetmore Kinsley as a lasting tribute to one who dedicated his life to the recreational life of the city of Yonkers on a voluntary basis. A big round of applause for a forefather. Good man. I'm here with Deputy Lisa McKay, our supervisor from the park, Anthony Vizzuto, and the parks team. We have Supervisor Fayes, Supervisor Ramirez, and our parks team, and this is the latest in our renovations. This park had a budget of $550,000, and much of what was done was much needed infrastructure improvements, including a new playground, new safety surfacing, new basketball courts, poles, and hoops. We also added improved site work to include new walkways, improved drainage, landscaping, a few new trees, and site furniture. So we've done the most important part of the park. We'll also be doing some additions in the future. This complements our ball field and one of the most actively used tennis pickleball courts in our city. It's right here to the right. We also replaced the tree we had to remove with a Japanese maple in honor of Jamie Egan, and we have ordered the appropriate plaque for this and are so glad to have his mom, Hetty, here today. Thank you, Hetty. She is one of the eyes and ears we have on Kinsley Park. So this is another opportunity to reimagine one of our 84 parks. Thanks to the support we have here, none of this could happen without the support of our mayor, who continues to stand by us through this innovation journey. Please welcome everybody, Mayor Spano.
Thank you, Commissioner Sansone. Thank you, Deputy Commissioner Lisa McKay. Also, let's say thank you to our parks employees. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Those parks have never looked, our parks have never looked better, and that's because of their hard work and their dedication. And we want to say thank you, because Yonkers is a great place to live, and having great parks is a part of that experience. Of course, for me, I was not a North Yonkers kid. I was from South Yonkers, right? But my parents did send me to Sacred Heart, where I got to see Tony G coach us a little bit, right? Tony G coached really my brother Tony, but I wasn't all that athletic. But I was able to spend a little time here because I went to Sacred Heart, and all my friends hung out up here. And so this is a beautiful park, part of a great system. And I wanted to at least say thank you to the people that made this possible. Obviously, we're thanking the commissioner, the deputy commissioner, our parks employees, the contractor that made it all happen. Give him a nice round of applause. You'll hear about him soon. But none of this can happen really without funding. And when I got elected, I was very fortunate to have a city council that said, we need to rebuild our parks. Our parks need repair, especially the parks on the west side of the city. And this city council put in our budget, believe it or not, tens of millions of dollars. They were able to bond so that we could repair these parks. And that's why every week or so we're doing another reopening of one of our parks here in our city. And it was started with Tasha Diaz. Let's give her a nice round of applause. Because Tasha was the one probably screaming the loudest, saying, enough is enough. We gotta rebuild our parks. We have a new councilwoman, and certainly someone who's not shy and makes sure her voice is heard as well. That's Deanna Robinson. So, Deanna. We had a former council president who was there and always very supportive of the parks and continues to be supported of the parks now on the Parks Board. That's Chuck Lesnick, our former council president. Tom Meyer, also Jr., who's also on the Parks Board, who's with us here today. Tom Meyer, really a great member on that board. So we're here. We're going to enjoy this opening. I see that many of you are the residents from the community that are part of this. We care about our city. We care about our parks. We care about our schools. We know that you need to have the entire experience if you want to be part of a good, solid, growing community, right? You want to make sure that your kids can go to nice schools. You want to be able to know that they can walk in the neighborhoods and certainly know that they have good parks for that healthy environment experience. And that's what we're doing here in Yonkers because of the collective work of all of us here today. And of course with the support of our residents, because we're not paying taxes or making the phone calls, none of this can happen, right? So let's not forget about our residents and give them a nice round. With that, I'll turn it back over to Steve Sansone. Nice to see everybody.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. We're going to have a good chili hilly here. You're coming back this year, right, Tony? That's where it all happens. When is it? October 19th. As the mayor has just said, the district councilwoman Tasha Diaz has been instrumental in making these improvements happen in this park and many of our other parks. And I know she loves Kinsley so much. Tasha, please.
Thank you. Hello. It's a beautiful day out here today, and it's so great to see all of my constituents. As you can see behind us, we've heard your cries, we heard your wants, and we have answered your needs. I see a lot of my constituents out here. Hello to Janice, how are you? Miss Hetty, how are you? My other constituent, I see you across the street, Jen, how are you? And also Wafa, thank you for being, I guess, the mayor of the community, because she always calls me and keeps me abreast about what's going on in this community, so thank you, Wafa, for that. When I first became the council person of this district, I walked this district with the now Commissioner of the Parks Department, and we had a vision. We had a vision to make sure that this community was uplifted. I'm probably the only council person that represents the South to the North, so I have a kind of complex district, but I never want anybody to feel like because I'm more on one side or the other that they are left out. So I heard your cries, we answered them, and it's because of you calling me and letting us know, and also working with the administration, because yes, we've had a lot of private meetings about what we wanted in our parks, what our children wanted in our parks, and color was one of the things. We know a lot of our children like to come out and play, and the park was kind of drab, so we wanted to bring life back on this side of town. So because of our mayor, because of our parks department, because of our commissioners and deputy commissioners and our council people, we got together and we rallied to say no more. I love people and I love parks, so to see the people that I represent come out and have the smiles on their faces, that lets me know that I answered your wants. And thank you. If there's anything else you need, contact us, because we are here for you. We work for the people. Thank you again, and thank you, Mayor, for always taking on my calls. I know I probably bother you a lot, but he always listens. He always listens, and that's what's important. We have someone in office that listens to us, and if we want it, we get it. So thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Good job, guys. Thank you, Tom. Watching the weather. Actually, we need some rain for these plants behind me. I also want to acknowledge that we have from the City Council President, Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, we have Alexia Isenison. Where are you? There you are. Alexia. We have Ken Switzer from County Legislator David Tubiello's office. Make sure I don't forget anybody. Rosemary Uzo is here from the South Broadway bid. Danica Russo is here. She is with Compound, the playground manufacturer. We're always great to see you. A lot of creativity. Thank you. Of course, always thanks to our 4th Precinct YPD for coming out. We also are grateful also to the leadership of Paul Summerfield and Vinnie Massaro from our engineering department. And we have Ahmed here. He's been here every day watching this project. You did a great job. One of my fellow Jaspers. And then we have Anthony Martucci, who's here from Tucci Construction.
Woo!
Anthony, great job to you and to your workers. It's a pleasure working with you. Before we get to the ribbon cutting, we also want to everyone to know that the construction continues on various parks while we speak. The first phases of Wilson Park and Cochran Parks, Stefanik Park, Ravine Avenue Park, and Schultz. We also completed a few new improvements yesterday at Hudson Fulton Park at Odell and Warburton Avenue. I know you've been advocating for that as well. Lots of infrastructure work that impacts our neighborhoods, and today we celebrate Kinsley Park. So I guess it's time for ribbon cutting. 3,